Communicating with your coworkers can be a challenge sometimes.
I don't know that you and I have this problem.
No, we don't, but
No.
there are maybe some people at workplaces that do.
All of us can do a better job at times communicating, especially while you're at work. So today we're getting advice from the woman known as the message maven. Melissa DeLay helps salespeople, managers, and executives at some big businesses use different communication techniques to achieve their goals. And we're happy to have Melissa with us today on Mid-Morning. Thanks for coming in, Melissa.
Thanks for having me.
What kind of businesses have you advised? What kind of work do you do?
Well, I work with leaders, a lot of CEOs in almost every single industry. I always say you might hire an attorney to make sure you don't get sued. You hire me to make sure people still like you when you're done talking.
Very good.
I like that. Why do you think the workplace is such a hard area where people just can't find the right things to say sometimes?
Well, I think everything's at stake, and we care so much about getting our work done and being seen in a positive light, and so we're on edge and our emotions come into play, and we struggle because we want to have success, but we don't always know how to do it.
So part of this is using the correct language, because words matter, and you've brought some examples of kind of the do's and don'ts, right?
Yes, yes.
All right.
So the first thing that you want to think, always choose language that reinforces positive business results. It's never about what people like or don't like. It's about how their livelihood will increase or how their jobs will be easier. So simple word choices can make all the difference.
Okay.
For example, say that you are prone by intuition to say ramification. Don't. Say instead outcome.
Okay.
More positive, more business related. Hot seat, any kind of cliche.
You're on the hot seat.
No, you don't want to be in the hot seat. You want to put people in the spotlight.
Oh, I love
See the difference?
that. Okay.
Inferior becomes secondary.
Got
So
it.
not quite as harsh. Secretive, not good. Instead, use discreet.
Oh, I like that a lot.
Sure,
It becomes very positive.
I hate, we've all heard people say, oh, I really hate it.
So this is an emotionally charged word.
Yes.
And it causes people to have emotions that we don't want them to have at work. So avoid any kind of emotionally charged word at all costs. Go perhaps with opposed or maybe reluctant.
Oh, I like that a lot. Okay, and you also brought an elephant, so I believe we should address it.
We should. We should address the elephant in the room. If some uncomfortable situation is occurring, don't ignore it. Your audience knows it's there, and if you don't address it head on, you risk destroying your credibility.
Are you talking about from a manager standpoint or just employees in general?
I am talking about a manager and an employee, absolutely anyone, because it could be perhaps you made a mistake. That's an elephant in the room. You can't expect someone to comply with your request if you've missed a deadline. So you have to address the fact that you missed the deadline before you ask for help.
Well, this is advice for leaders, but certainly for people who want to become leaders as well. And Melissa is hosting a webinar on January 31st at 10 in the morning on the worst business email blunders and how to avoid them.
Oh, I love
She's
that.
basically just reading my emails out. Just go to wcco.com/links for more information. Melissa, thanks for coming in. This is so important.
Thank you.
Really
Thank
neat.
you both.
Well, we do have a nice cold day.